Give me 1 second, guys. And I need to get plugged in. Hello there. Can you hear me? Hope all is well with you guys. Hey, happy Tuesday. It's Reset Tuesday. I know I've been slacking for a little bit. This is the new year, guys. New resolutions, and we are trying to work our way on staying connected with you guys, okay? Been a long weekend, draining weekend, and yesterday I just fell asleep. I mean, from like, I would say about 3 o'clock, Paulette was knocked out all the way till maybe I think I got up after around, I can't remember. I know I slept probably 5, 6 hours. I got back up, went to bed around 3, and went back to sleep. Woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. I mean, I even slept past my normal timing. That I normally will get up around 3:30 ish, because you all know my schedule. In this new year, so like I mentioned to you guys, make sure that you have a schedule in place, a routine, guys. Get your prayer routines down, the waking up portion, and also you want to have a routine for the nighttime. So I've gotten my routine down for the longest now, and it's going well. But like everything, life is going to be life, and situations going to happen where you're going to have to adjust, you're going to have to reset, and you're going to have to start over. And the other day, I think it was yesterday, I listened to Minister Mars. You all know that I'm big on Minister Mars right now because he is talking about, mastering yourself. And that's a huge, that's like a thesis, okay? Trying to figure out yourself, how you're going to respond to situations. And also he also mentioned in regards to, changing your mindset, changing the way that you see things. Just a few days ago, I shared, I think, with you guys in regards to my car situation. I don't know. This new year, the devil is on high. Okay. Whatever he's on, he's coming in with a bang. Okay. But anyway, I came out and just backed into a scenario, a little area, didn't see the pipe, and I just took out the side of my right side of my car, just took it right out. I came out, I pulled out, I got in my flesh a little bit. Not that bad where, I threw a tantrum, but it was more like, man, did I just hit my car? Did I just scratch the whole side off just like that? Guys, 2026 is starting off. Not only are we here and we're going to encounter situations and scenarios in our life that strengthen us and help us master ourselves. Our response is what we need to make sure that we are mastering. I came out, I looked at it. The lift guy jumped in my car, and I said, you know what? It ain't nothing but a little thing. Material things you can always get, guys. That's one thing I've learned in life. Don't get hem up on stuff, because stuff is going to come and go. You're going to be gone on the other side, and stuff is going to still be here, and somebody else going to be purchasing it and basically enjoying it. So don't put your mind and soul into stuff. Ain't nothing but a little thing. In due timing, you'll figure it out. Like, I have to go and figure out how much they're going to charge me to fix the whole door. That whole door probably got to take off. But you know what? I ain't stressing, because if God brought me this far, he will not leave me here. And yes, I was in that valley for a little bit. I definitely went, and I felt a little certain way, because every time you try to go 2 to 3 step back forward, you go 10 step back and 2 to 3 step forward. But the problem that we always focus in is on the wrong thing. You have to learn how to push through whatever you're going through. And most of the time we like to stay at a stop sign, like stop. Don't stay at the halt. Just keep pushing through. And it will, in due time, it will figure itself out. So I have not yet called to figure out, well, how many thousands going to charge me for that door. But I ain't worrying about the door, because really on the outside it don't look that bad. I mean, honestly, it is what it is. It don't look bad. Did I want to go through this scenario again for the seventh time? This car has been one of the blessed car, I can tell you that. She gets all her bangings and all her beaten ups right in the parking lot. Like, the Lord has been I mean, gifting me with scenarios where I don't have to be on the highway. I don't have to be doing, all the extra when it comes to an accident. I could just be in the parking lot, minding my own business, and boom, something just happened. And you're like, okay, count it all joy. I guess we got to focus on this now, or that's a part of the distraction, but you got to keep pushing through. You got to keep pushing yourself forward in order for you to be able to succeed. And that's my scenario, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Today is Wednesday. I didn't come on yesterday because I overslept. I just slept through, and I woke up late, started to work late, and then right in the middle, because you remember when the devil can't get you, girls and boys, he gonna attack your kids. So my daughter called me, and she was like, "Mommy, I feel so sad today." And I was like, why? She said, because you're always working. And I'm like, girl, I got dreams. I got goals. I got stuff that I'm doing, that I'm working on. Hi, Brother Gino P. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I know I'm struggling with balance. I'm struggling with work. I'm struggling, you got your fate walk. You got scenarios that you got to deal with, and they don't stop. You just got to learn how to push through it. And I'm like, having all this stuff, the car scenario, I got work, I got people working on my project that you have to always be in communication with the contractors and doing this and doing the other thing. And then you have your daughter. She's like, I'm lonely. I miss you. Why are you out all the time? Kids don't understand. And it was my fault too, because I should have sat down and explained to her, like, you know what? Hey, sweetie, this is what's going on. And this is why mommy works like this. And then when sometimes I'll be home a little bit later than I want to, not late, but for her, 12 o'clock is enough. Okay, mommy, make yourself home. Come on home now. That's it. Because they're used to me being at home. But now, when things have to be adjusted, because you also have dreams and goals, even you're raising your kids, you have dreams and goals that you want to accomplish. And it's like, I got to get a little piece of this, I got to get a little piece of that, a little piece of this. And when you're spread thin. Okay. And yesterday was a wake up call for me, because I got called out by my 12-year-old because she felt like I had spread myself so thin. I wasn't giving her mommy time, and I felt horrible. I know my husband and I, we were talking, and he's like, it's so you're going to be okay. Just 5 weeks that you're focused right now, and she'll understand. But I had to talk to her. So we sat down and I explained to her why mommy was working, why mommy, and I showed her the picture of the work that I'm working on, and she got excited about that. And you know what? Today was a different attitude. Our attitude is so important, guys, and communication. Because I had to communicate with her, she understood because I communicated, and her attitude today was totally different because she knows why I'm doing it. Sometimes if we don't share a why with everybody. You're not going to tell everybody your why. Okay, I could tell you that. Your why is for you and your purpose of what you're going through and how long it's going to take. It depends on you and God. Okay, if you're in alignment to what He has for you, trust me, you're going to get there in due timing. But she was not aware of why I was pushing so hard, and I got called out, and I had to stop. I had to reflect on what she was saying. I had to acknowledge her. And I also had to figure out a way and also adjust my attitude. Like, what do you mean you quite, I ain't going to, I'm not that type of parents either. I want to be able to communicate, because when they get older, if you train them with, don't ask me no question, they're going to do the same thing back to you. So you always stop, you pause for a little bit, acknowledge what the other person is saying, and then you'll be able to figure out, okay, so what are we going to do from there? So by communicating with her, by showing her the vision, she understood the assignment. And today was a totally different way of her knowing, okay, mommy. But she says, can you make it home by 3 o'clock before while I coming out of school? Can you make it home? And by the way, we homeschool. So at 3 o'clock, my husband let her out so she can go after she finished her assignments. And she wants mommy to be home by 3. And I said, you know what? I can do that. I will make sure and be home by 3. So that's why you all didn't get to see me yesterday, because I went home early. I cuddled up with my family, my kids, and I loved on them. We prayed together. We watched our little show together. We did what we had to do because they needed mommy time. And now today, everybody gone their way. All they needed me to do was stop and acknowledge them for 2 seconds. And because I was able to do that and not like brush people, you don't brush them off, just stop a little bit and communicate. They have a different perspective today. And for me, guys, that was a wake up call for me, but that moment, the devil had me feeling so guilty because I was like, man, if they could only know in only the next 5 weeks, we're not only going to have this is what we're aiming for, and the whole picture, they're going to be able to see it. I wanted to surprise them, but sometimes, no sense to doing the surprises. Just let people know what's going on so that way they can address and adjust themselves, But speaking on Minister Mars, when he talked about I was so glad that I listened to his sermon because it talks about mastering, yourself and learning how to deal with scenarios. Scenarios is going to come. Pastor also talked about it. I was listening to one of his old sermons, and he was like, when we ask for patience, when we ask for things, you're not going to get what you asked for. You're going to get everything, all the extra, pedigree, so you could put it together and make your sauce. You ain't gonna get patience. What you're gonna get is a bunch of people, with different scenarios that gonna cause you to take action and master your response. And I said, oh man, that is so deep. Then I heard Pastor said, the Lord, he asked that, I think it was about loving everybody, how he wanted to ask for more love and how to love people. And they put him around a bunch of people that didn't love, like, people that a bunch of haters. And that's how it is. You're going to be you're going to get the opposite of what you're asking, because you got to prune yourself. You got to go through that process in order for you to develop, the extra love. Because you're loving people unconditionally, even though they're pushing back and not so much caring about you, is hard. It's not easy. If fate walk or no fate walk, you dealing with somebody that's just straight out nasty and mean is not easy to deal with. Okay, so long story, we went on there, and it was good to listen to both of those sermons, because when you put them all together, at the end of the day, it's about your response. When my car got damaged, just a few days ago, what was my response? I was so glad that I was listening to the teachings. I was so glad that I was, in sync and focusing on bettering me at the time and clearing out my feces in my worship. So I received the sermons. It all was sinking in. So when my scenario happened, my response was totally like, you know, so easy. Like, okay, the car ain't nothing but a little thing. It's material. You figure it out. It will fix in due timing. Money will be allocated, and let's keep it moving. Yesterday he can't attack you anymore because you already figuring him out. So the devil's gonna turn around and he gonna send the kids now. Oh, you're not home, and we want you home. You're not paying attention here, and mommy, can you do this? And now you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm not putting enough eggs in that basket. So you're feeling a certain way. So when you master that, now guess what? He leaves you alone because he see that you're not going to be distracted by all his little maneuvers, all his stuff that he's sending your way. You're not distracted anymore. So at this point, I'm in a place of peace. I'm in a place where I can see him coming, and I have to figure out, okay, how am I going to respond to this? Am I going to respond the right way, or I'm going to respond in the flesh? And sometimes I posted a few days ago in regards to sometime when we're so emotionally into our flesh, we tend to say the wrong things. So if you're feeling like you're emotionally lit, like you want to call it for short, it's best for you not to say nothing. Let things be. And then in due timing, when you do get a chance to reflect on how you're going to respond to it, you can respond with a better attitude, and it comes out even better, because sometimes it becomes a win-win situation. Because if I'm upset and you upset, oh my Lord, girl, we ain't much gonna go on there, because you want to prove your point, I want to prove my point. But if I can stay calm, collected in my space and stay in my seat and be silent, I love I love the scenario to maneuver itself, and I love God to step in and clear the air. Sometimes that's the best response. Nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't get in your fleshly feelings to go and respond to a scenario to take you out of your seat. Because the moment you get out of your seat, you automatically failed. You failed the test. Stay silent, stay in your seat. When you bump into something, don't be looking. I'm sorry, I apologize, it's okay. Are you okay? Sometimes people bump into you. You say, I'm sorry, I apologize. Are you okay? And you know it's not your fault. But at the end of the day, how the right attitude towards it? Why am I gonna go there? You bump into me. Well, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, hush. You're going to get yourself in more scenarios. Learn how to be still. Stay in your seat. Take a deep breath. Sometimes you just need to breathe in, breathe out a few times. That's all you need. Breathe in, breathe out, reflect on how you're going to respond Christly. And if you feel right then your temper or your emotions is too high, you say nothing because you're going to say the wrong thing all the time. Trust me, learn from Paulette. Don't say nothing. And even sometimes, even when you don't say something, it could be offensive to certain individuals as well. But I learned, I say nothing. I ain't going into no back and forth. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Stay silent. I'm staying in my seat and I'm going to love God to uncover what needs to be uncovered because that's the best results you will always get is when God steps in and do what he has to do and take care of the problem. Okay, I ain't fighting no extra battles that don't belong to me. All the battle is the Lord's. Okay, it's not mine. All right. Hello, who's in here? Hello, Sister A Brown. How are you? Hope all is well, sister. Sister A Brown, Sister Gino P, Sister A Brown say that is true. Amen. But yes, guys, I mean, that's about all I have for you guys today. I am charging at the charger. I just wanted to let you all know that situations is going to happen in your life, distractions is going to happen in your life daily, but you must learn. You have no control over that. What you have control over is mastering your response. That's the only thing you can control, mastering your response. If you guys have not listened to Minister Mars' latest video, I just want to say that it's a great sermon. The one that he did, I think yesterday or today. I listened to it today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday I listened to it. And it was right on point, right on time to learn how to master your response. So today, guys, and then he said on a daily basis. It's not just one time because we're learning ourselves daily for the rest of our life. Until you leave from here to the other side, you're still learning yourself. You're learning how to deal with individuals throughout your whole entire life until death do you part. So mastering yourself is definitely a thesis, and it's an unending thesis where you're going to be writing and rewriting because you're going to start changing. And he also used prayer. When you get a prayer routine that you are so that you are consistent in, and you start focusing, guys, and learning, making sure you're praying for the things that you need the Lord to help you better yourself in and direct you in the right path, guys. He was like, phew, it ain't nothing but a little thing. Okay, so get the prayer routines going, get your morning prayers, evening, afternoon, midday, midnight. Get your prayers going, guys. Always know there's power in prayer, and the only thing you can change in this life is you master you on a daily basis. Go listen to Minister Mars. I love you guys. I'm going to talk to you guys again. I am at the charger. I help people in line, and basically I have 3 more minutes in order to complete my fully charge. But thank you guys for coming into Life with Paulette. I apologize I didn't get a chance to come on yesterday, but she was tired. The holiday is still catching up with me, guys. I pushed myself for 30 days 8 to 12 hours. And let me tell you all, it's no joke. Okay. It was no joke. My body is still sleeping. Okay. And I just want y'all to know that. So let's master ourselves on a daily basis. Let's figure it out. If you don't know how to do it, go listen to Minister Mars, listen to Pastor also shared some nuggets. Actually on SharePoint does amazing message. And you know, the good thing is everybody is speaking the same thing. So if you catch a little dribbit from Minister Mars, you could go and catch a little bit from whatever William or any one of them other ones are saying. You can just catch a little piece of nuggets from all of them, and you can end up, guys, with a whole, we call it tapado, that's the call of machuca, huh? You end up with a whole tapado, meaning, well, up here they'll call it a burrito, meaning a little bit from everybody can make that good food. Okay, so go ahead, plug into SharePoint, listen on First Church has all of the sermons there. They're uploading even the ones that was not up there. I see them updating some back ones. You can go and listen to. Get some food, guys. Get good food. These messages are food for the soul. Go ahead and fill your soul so that when you go through tough times, that you'll know how to respond. Why? Because you have mastered yourself on your response daily. Okay, love y'all. Deuces. Bye bye, babies. A bitty goodie. A bitty goodie.